might be wondering, is walking 3 miles a day good for weight loss? Let's go through the truth in this video. In this video, I'll talk about whether walking is good exercise for weight loss. Then I'll reveal how much you should exercise if you're trying to lose weight. Finally, I'll tell you what works better than exercise to lose weight, and hint, it ain't no bullcrap gimmick. So you want to lose weight and you're wondering if walking 3 miles a day will help. Look, walking is great. I walk every day. It's moving meditation. It gets the blood flowing to your joints. Our bodies are made to walk. We're not made to be sedentary. We're made to move around. But understand, you aren't going to outwalk your fork. Definitely walk if you're physically able to. Do it outside if you can. Be in nature. Just know that 30 minutes on that treadmill doesn't give you permission to eat half a cheesecake. Weight loss is not as simple as calories in, calories out. If it was, obesity rates wouldn't be skyrocketing and we wouldn't have fat athletes. And by the way, I wouldn't have been a fat athlete. Mainstream health advice insists that you have to burn more calories than you take in before you can lose weight. Exercise is pushed as a way to accomplish this energy balance. But if it were as simple as calories in, calories out, we would not have fat athletes. There are 3,500 calories in a pound of fat. Calories in, calories out tells you that we have to burn off 3,500 calories to lose 1 pound of fat. Well, in May of 2021, I hiked rim to rim of the Grand Canyon. That's a 24-mile hike with 6,000 feet of climbing, and I completed it in 9 hours and 20 minutes. I wore my heart rate monitor, calibrated to my body, and it told me that I had burned 3,500 calories. So, okay, you're telling me that I'd have to complete that 24-mile hike 5 times if I want to lose 5 pounds? Does that make sense to you? I mean, what about someone who's got 100 pounds to lose? Are they supposed to hike that 100 times? Nobody's got time for that. And do you even have the fitness level to do that safely? I mean, I exercise every day and I was completely wiped out for a week after that hike. Here's another example. I do a 3-mile run almost every single morning with my 2 dogs. I have 2 dogs, Vince and Annabelle. They're both about 75, 80 pounds, and they need a lot of exercise. Annabelle, not so much. She's older now, but Vince is a puppy, and my goodness, that dog about wears me out. So I take them out every single morning before it gets hot, and I run them, and I run. I burn about 400 calories during that 3-mile run. So you're telling me I need to do, 9 runs approximately to burn 1 pound of fat? I mean, I'm gonna blow out a knee before I'll actually make a dent in my weight loss. Can you imagine how depressing that is when you start adding up that math? When you go to your doctor's office and you hear, well, you just need to exercise more, and Karen here is in a wheelchair? I mean, how discouraging that must be if you are missing a leg, or if you have bad hips or a bad back, or there's something wrong with you and you cannot exercise, let alone burn that kind of calories. That's gotta be so depressing, and I feel so sorry for people who are told they need to exercise more and they can't. So was this you? Did you go through this? Were you told to exercise more? Or perhaps maybe you were exercising. Maybe you were doing CrossFit 5 times a week and it wasn't really getting you anywhere in your weight loss. I would love to hear your story on how this fits in. So comment below, tell me what you think. Exercise is not a way to address your weight problem. I mean, it can improve your cardiovascular health. It can help you manage stress and fight depression, and it's a way to challenge yourself physically, but it won't help you lose all the weight you want. Look, I've been to CrossFit gyms all over this world. I love to do a drop-in, like just pay a drop-in rate wherever I'm traveling. I travel a lot, wherever I'm going. Like right now here, I'm in Salt Lake City and we're filming this, and I paid a drop-in rate to go to CrossFit Lehigh. They're so nice there, and they're so great to me when I go in there. So I've been to CrossFit gyms everywhere, and let me tell you, the majority of the people at my own CrossFit gym and the ones I've visited all over this world are overweight. Not all of them, but most of them, 2/3 are overweight. But yet, they're doing a 405 deadlift and we're doing an overhead squat of an overhead snatch of 195. They are fit. They are in good shape. They are more fit than me, but they're still asking for the seatbelt extender on the plane. They're not losing weight. Does that make sense to you? It's not a way to address your weight loss problem. If you're too heavy and sick to exercise, it can actually be dangerous. It depends on your size and overall health, but a 350-pound woman with roaring type 2 diabetes shouldn't be doing box jumps or running 10 miles a day. I mean, that kind of thing beats the crap out of your joints. They were never meant to carry that much weight around 24/7, let alone pound on your joints like that. Plus, it can strain your heart, which is already strained. You could injure yourself in a number of ways. I was offered a job on NBC's The Biggest Loser many, many years ago, and I did not take that job. Well, first of all, I don't like LA. Sorry to my LA subscribers. I didn't want to live there at the Biggest Loser Ranch. But I could not get behind having morbidly obese contestants run and exercise 5 hours a day, jumping up on things, pounding their joints and beating the crap out of their body. That is absolutely unnecessary, and I could not get behind that. So I turned down that opportunity, and even when I was a personal trainer after that, and many years later, I just would not train obese people that way. It's just not the answer, and it could do more damage than good. You're way better off losing your weight first and then focusing on exercise. Yes, you still can walk while you're losing weight. And no, it doesn't mean you have to stop exercising. But exercising while losing weight will make you hungrier. The fact that you're exercising does not give you the free rein to just eat whatever you want. Most people who exercise and gain weight think they're building muscle. What usually happens is that exercise makes them hungrier, so they start eating more. Plus, there's that bullcrap lie that muscle weighs more than fat. I mean, I've personally heard trainers say this. Look, a pound of fat and a pound of muscle both weigh a pound. So do a pound of bricks and a pound of feathers. But muscle takes up less space than fat. So a pound of muscle looks smaller than a pound of fat. As long as we got that all cleared up now, right? Okay. Most people who gain weight after they first start exercising, they're not putting on muscle. Unfortunately, it takes a long, long time, especially for a woman, to actually gain muscle. It takes a lot of consistent heavy weightlifting for a long period of time. Yes, you can do it, but it's going to take time. What you will notice when you first start weight training is you'll notice the scale will go up and you'll start to swell. And the reason is when you weightlift, there are these things called micro tears in your muscles. We want that. That's not a bad thing. Because when you sleep, the muscle fibers heal back together and they heal back together bigger. So you want that. But during the healing process, your body is going to be hanging on to water to help the healing process. And you're going to be a little bit bloated and a little bit swollen for 4 to 6 weeks after you start exercising. I'm talking about weight training. I'm not talking about walking or doing yoga. I'm talking about weight training. That's what tears the muscle fibers. That's what you're experiencing when the scale goes up. Get the weight off the right way by addressing your nutrition with me on the Code Red lifestyle. You eat real food, drink water, and sleep. And we just follow a few simple rules. 0 exercise is required to lose all the weight you want on my program. Weight loss is 100% nutrition. Because you can't outtrain a bad diet. Yes, you can walk 3 miles a day if you want. Again, understand, you're not going to outwalk your fork. So get your weight off with Code Red and experience how good it feels to exercise at goal weight. If you're interested in joining us, you can always join our 10-pound takedown challenge. It's a great way to dip your toe into the lifestyle to see if my coaching style lines up with what you think. Of course, I believe the proper human diet is right for everyone, but you need to be on board with my tough love coaching style. I've linked it up below, and I'll see you in the next video.